line matchup. We got, say, I mentioned before, it was to be a civil war like last year, part two. That could be the case. But I know everyone pretty much Solo has his whole arsenal back up. He may have one more in his arsenal, but pretty much got everybody out. He got, Tama Tonga debuting last month, Tonga Law a couple weeks ago, and now Jacob Fatu. So definitely it's going to be crazy. This is going to be a wild, wild one. And like I said, with that being said, it's going to lead to the whole bloodline versus bloodline. That's how it's going to go down. It's like I said, we thought Solo was back into a corner. Jacob Fatu comes out of nowhere and he saves the day. And now he's ready. So we're going to have a very good one of bloodline versus bloodline. It could be a big event. Like I said, it may not be a SummerSlam or Money in the Bank thing, as Roman's not back yet, but it could lead to a Survivor Series type of thing. So keep an eye out for that. And Bloodline versus Bloodline, it's going to be amazing how that's going to be constructed, because you're going to have two stables, and they can even fight for, who's the real bloodline or bloodline title. So it could be of that, or rights to bloodline. So this is very good long-term booking. Bloodline, we know, was formed back in 2020, but this is going to be amazing. I can't wait to see what the next step's going to be, for what WWE is going to do with it. So we're going to get ready. These guys are not playing around as far as booking the right stuff. I know people are making fun of, saying that Roman and Solo are they got their own respective bloodlines. I know they're making fun of Solo, like CM Punk did, say they're not the real bloodline, they're fake wannabe bloodline, because we know the original is, it will always be pretty much the Roman and others. It's going to be Roman, it's going to be the Usos, and like I said, they'll add another member to that mix. So do keep an eye out for that. But when we do, have it, it's going to be something special. We had this match going on. So do not ignore that, not one bit. Not one bit. But we all know when it comes to the bloodline, this is the original bloodline. This is the bloodline people respect. Roman Reigns, Tribal Chief, Usos, who held the tag team championships for a long time. Roman, his 116-day run as champion, has Sammy in there at one point. Best stable in modern era, and great storyline on television. But now we got this bloodline here, Solo and the Tonga Thomas. I'm gonna call them the Tongas. Tonga Low. We're calling the Tongas. Might call them the Tongas because they are brothers. Then you got, of course, Jacob Fatu. So I think the match will come down to a real bloodline versus who's the real bloodline, or title of bloodline. Whoever wins the Civil War, they get the proper title bloodline, and others will have to step to the side. That could be what's going to lead to, because we have now officially going to have pretty much two different bloodlines, or bloodline, or you call bloodline versus bloodline 2.0, however you want to book it. But this is going to be the main match that people's going to see. We want to see Roman team up with the Usos. We want to see them reunite. That's what we want to see. And I think that's what's going to go down, because Solo has his full stable. And I think the one that is going to help them, it will be the debut of Zilla Fatu. Remember, he has not been shown yet on WWE TV. He's the only one missing from this whole bunch. So let's not forget about Zilla Fatu. Zilla Fatu is the son of the late Umaga. And since Jacob Fatu is on Solo's side, he will more likely be on Roman's side, because Roman, he will need a fourth guy, as he got himself in the Usos, and Zilla will be the fourth guy. And that's why I said it will ultimately lead to a bloodline versus bloodline. You see 3 there. Add Zilla to that group of Roman. You got yourself a 4-on-4 match. You know, that's the way I see that going down. That's the way it should be booked. And I think it's going to be a great match. I think it'll be a great way. We just got to know when Roman's going to return, when Jimmy Uso's going to return, because they've both been on TV for a while. Jimmy been on for a while. Roman, we haven't seen him still since WrestleMania 40, losing the undisputed WWE Championship against Cody Rhodes in the main event of night 2. So Bloodline rule style. So we got to see how Roman's going to make his way back to WWE. We got to see how that's going to go down. I think it'll be great the way they book that. It's going to be amazing build. You know, I have full confidence in WWE. They're going to do this right. They're not going to botch this because Bloodline, like I said, been formed since 2020, the beginning of Roman Reigns' championship run. It just ended, and it's going to continue on. And it's 2024, it's still going on without Roman and the original Bloodline being anywhere in sight. Only when we see the original Bloodline is Paul Heyman. And I know he's going to be conflicted on what side to be on. When Roman comes back with the Usos in Solo 2, will Paul Heyman jump back to Roman, or will he stay on the side of Solo as he has been since Roman's been gone? So I know Paul Heyman's going to be conflicted. That's another part of the story that will be very intriguing, to say the least, because I'm very happy to see what's going to happen next between all of that. It's going to be exciting to see what's going to go down. So I just don't want, as long as there's no hiccups, it'll be fine. And I think it will be just good. But Solo 2, keep an eye out on him. He will show up at some point on WWE TV. I don't know when, but I think when Roman returns and Jimmy Uso returns, Jey Uso, finish the whole yeet, his little hot run he got on Raw. He come back to team of Roman. Expect Zilla 2 to show up to help these guys when Roman and the Usos are outnumbered by Solo and his new bloodline. So I think that's how he'll debut, and then we'll have the 4-on-4 match. So I think that's how they do it. Like I said, expect it to be at a big event. I don't see SummerSlam just yet. I don't see it right away. It will happen at some point. I think it will go down to that. But another caveat of this whole bloodline thing, not only is going to lead to a 4-on-4 match, because so like I said, he got his boys. He's ready to go. Understandable of that. We know that it's going to be Roman and his people versus Solo and his people. We know that.